Hello and welcome to your review of the week, a roundup of the top stories on KMTV over the last 7 days. It's been a week of hell for truckers in Kent, with Operation Stack in place all week due to industrial action closing the port of Calais. Tom Crosdale reports.
For some, the sight of thousands of lorries parked up on a motorway carriageway might be somewhat unusual, but for the people of Kent, it's become a regular sight. Police were forced to put Operation Stack in place on Monday after industrial action at the port of Calais stopped ferry sailings, with thousands of freight lorries still parked up on the M20. It's caused travel misery for motorists across the county, and according to the chief exec of the Port of Dover, it's cost the UK economy £250 million every day.
Well, obviously it's very disappointing. We play a really important role in getting goods to and from the EU and into Europe. We've got the issues of now potentially production lines stopping, supermarket shelves not being filled. We're very concerned because the total value of freight that passes through Dover each year is valued at around £100 billion. So that's certainly a UK economic loss of around £250 million a day at the moment. So we're really keen to see the situation brought to a conclusion.
Kent County Council's continuing to hand out thousands of snack meals to lorry drivers stuck in the backlog, which at its height shut the motorway between junctions 8 and 11 coastbound, as well as between Ashford and Maidstone London bound. Police and fire crews have described the scale of the operation as unprecedented, warning it could take days yet to clear the backlog.
So we've been there since Monday. We've got resources planned until Tuesday next week, as we're moving into the recovery phase today and tomorrow. From our perspective, we will review it at the weekend with our partners, and I'm confident that we can review our assets and our resources right up for another couple of weeks if we have to. It's as long as Stack takes, we will be there to help.
This is Tom Crosdale for KMTV.
A level 3 health alert was issued in Kent this week because of soaring temperatures. The mercury hit 33 degrees on Wednesday, leaving authorities to warn vulnerable people to take precautions and stay indoors. But some seem to be enjoying the hot weather and stripping off at Kent's coastal locations. However, when is it all right for men to go topless in public? Graham Stothard went to Chatham to find out.
It's official. It's a heat wave. Temperatures are hitting above 30 degrees, and that means only one thing: summer gear. But some people aren't as tasteful as myself, and a hot day in Britain inevitably leads to topless men, their bare chests gleaming in the midday sun. On a beach, okay, but on a high street, we're not so sure. We walked through Chatham to see how many people were topping up their tan. In the end, it was only 3. Not too bad, we thought. But how do other shoppers feel about bare chests?
If it's okay for men to do it, why isn't it okay for women to do it? Not like in the bras. I know bikini's kind of the same aspect of bras, but if it's okay for them, why isn't it okay for us?
If it's boiling hot, just let them. Just let them. It's a beautiful day. Let them get the sunshine. Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I just think it's unreasonable, to be honest. If they want to do something like that, at least they can make an effort, buff up, train up, or do something to that effect.
So some mixed thoughts there then. But regardless of people's opinions, a high street without pasty torsos is a paradise most of us will never be lucky enough to experience. This is Graham Stothard, KMTV in Chatham.
A Dartford woman who discovers she had cancer while on a fundraising walk for Cancer Research UK is doing the challenge again this year as part of her recovery. Serena Scott, who was diagnosed with ovarian cancer, was so ill last year she married her husband Robert while in hospital.
I got to the 17th mile. I can remember the exact spot and the exact place I collapsed. It was in South Kensington train station on the corner, and I couldn't go any further. To be honest, it was the reason why I asked Robert is because I actually thought I was dying.
So I made all the arrangements, found the chaplain. Took 5 days. 5 days, quickest marriage we're sorting out ever. 5 days, and from Wednesday, and we got married on the Monday.
In other news, a 16-year-old boy has been cautioned by police after falsely claiming he'd been raped near Dover. The teenager said he'd been attacked by 3 masked men in a subway in Whitfield while he was out jogging last October. He's admitted wasting police time. Police investigating reports a person tried to snatch a child in Maidstone have arrested a woman. Officers and ambulance staff were called to Broadway after a man claimed someone tried to take his young son. And a pair of red pandas have been born at Wingham Wildlife Park, where keepers didn't even know their mother was pregnant. What could be the most expensive student flats ever are now available to rent in Canterbury, and they'll set you back up to £1,000 a month. Graham Stothard went to have a look around.
From the outside, number 29 St George's Place in Canterbury looks to be quite normal. Inside, though, it's a different matter. Go downstairs, for example. You'll be met with what the developer calls urban basement. Their newest addition is Hollywood Glamour. Purpose-built for students, the £10,000 a year they'll cost to rent may make them the most expensive student flats in the country. Now, it goes without saying that this is far too expensive for most people, let alone students. But that doesn't bother the developer, because he's got a very specific market in mind.
It's probably going to cost twice as much as the average house share. But of course, it is en suite, it is air conditioned, it is Amtico flooring or whatever it is that you want to add to it. The money is not relevant. We have had no problems renting the accommodation. People are prepared to pay for something that's different or something that's particularly good.
There are similar priced properties on the market, but most have 2 or even 3 bedrooms. But if money is no object, then who's paying? Well, that's obvious.
It's invariably parents. They will fund it. They may pay in one hit for the whole year. And the average cost is going to be between £10,000 and £10,500 for the year per bedroom.
This is Graham Stothard for KMTV in Canterbury.
And finally, reports a shark has been spotted off the coast of Kent have been trending on Twitter. Swimmers reportedly saw a triangle-shaped fin in the sea off Herne Bay on Wednesday.
The beach, and all of a sudden we saw this triangular fin in the sea. To start with, we thought it might have been wood because it was floating, and you can get shaped like wood shaped like that. And then, but we saw 2 balls earlier in the day floating this way, which is what way the sea's floating. So it was swimming in the opposite direction. And then I called my mum over, but I didn't want to shout shark in case it wasn't. I made an idiot of myself. But then, as it was going along, it was like a Mexican wave, everyone standing up and pointing. People were getting out the sea a bit worried, and then it started splashing. I don't know if it caught like a fish or something for some food. And then it kept swimming along down towards Culver, and then we couldn't see it anymore.
There's more local news on KMFM, and you can follow us on Twitter and Facebook. But that's it from KMTV.